If you're trading using RSI, you're probably doing it wrong. I think I have a better way, and let's chat about it. All right, so RSI, the relative strength index, has to be one of, if not the most important and commonly used indicators that are out there. It's kind of at its core a basic momentum indicator, but I would argue that most, if not all, of the literature of how to use this indicator is just completely wrong. A simple Google search for RSI just brings up this image almost instantly. And this is what most books and people who don't understand how it works will kind of explain, where it just gets under 30, you buy, and then when the stock gets over 70 on the RSI, you sell. And they'll, generally include a picture in which that worked. But in most cases, on my study and many others, it doesn't. So if this simple concept of buying overbought and buying or selling oversold, that doesn't work, then what do we do? Is this useless entirely? Well, I don't think so. So if we go into a simple chart and we look at Stitch Fix here, and we said, okay, well, at this point right here, the RSI broke over 70 and started to become overbought. So if you had sold it or shorted it there, you missed this insane move on Stitch Fix. Now, if you were looking to buy the dip on Stitch Fix and you said, well, I'm going to wait till the RSI gets under 30, the first time that kind of happens is right here at $40 a share. And now the stock's trading at 5. So again, just using this as a simple, I'm going to buy when this happens and I'm going to sell when this happens, if that doesn't work, how can we use this? Now, first of all, I think it's important to understand the mathematics behind RSI. And essentially what RSI is trying to do is it's telling you the average up move versus the average down move, right? Very simply put, but that's the crux of what it's trying to say, is that when the stock over the last X number of days, when it moves up, the up moves look kind of like this. So maybe it moves up a lot of days in a row, or maybe it moves up generally really big when it moves. And when the price moves lower, it generally moves down like this. So that might be a lot of red days in a row, or just a massive crash lower. And then it averages those two. So my argument is always that if this is moving down and has been moving down a lot, that just means that the average down days are dramatically outpacing the average up days. And that, I don't understand why, could be considered as a buy signal. If anything, it's just telling you that this stock is weak. So again, if we go into the same chart, and this scan that I built at Trade Ideas, link for this will be in the description below if you want to give it a shot, is what if the stock could never, or for a long period of time, get oversold? And now we look at Stitch Fix and we say, well, from about here at about $10, all the way until now, this RSI has never been able to get under 30. So if we go back to what the math of this indicator is telling us, it's telling us that as the stock moves lower, it's not moving so with many consecutive red candles or large red candles. It's pulling back a little bit, but that pullback is always being met with buying on the other side. So this could be a symptom of strong accumulation in a name like this. So if you take that as an indication and then you apply a breakout strategy or some moving averages or however else you want to trade, you know that you're getting involved in a stock that has some accumulation. So if we just take a look at, I don't know, another name that comes from this scan, ELF, if I go back on ELF here, you can see, again, another year of RSI unable to get oversold. And any time after, new highs were taken out and we noticed that it was unable to get oversold, this has been an amazing buying opportunity and is still in that state today. So maybe you could say, okay, well, as long as that continues, I'm going to start buying ELF as it makes new highs or as it breaks out of bases or whatever that is. So instead of using the RSI as a simple, when the price reaches this, I'm going to buy. When the price reaches that, I'm going to sell. If we use it as an indication as to say this is a strong stock versus this is a weak stock, and then we start to apply other filters, it becomes a good way to trim down the entire trading universe from a broad basket of stocks into individual type names. So come check out the scanner in the link in the description below if you're interested. It's just going to give you a list all the time, refreshes all day, every day, and just says, hey, this is a bunch of stocks that the RSI has never reached under 30. Maybe that's going to be a good list to narrow down your trading and hopefully be on the right side of the trend. Talk to you guys later. Trade safe out there.